Hi, my name is Willen Ziada, and I'm a New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and I'm also a proud Phoenix Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am so excited to be speaking with the Boston-based producer, bass player, and sound artist, Emmett Key J. McGee Knox. For more on Emmett, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, here's a sneak peek at the amazing talent of Emmett Key J. McGee Knox.
I don't wanna be all alone. 'Cause I'm in a prison in my home. I need you across the sea, the deep blue sea.
Well, hello, Emmett. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Will?
I'm good. Well, I'm so grateful that you were able to share with us your amazing talent. The audience got to take a little sneak peek of you as the character Key J. McGee in your amazing family band, the Van Burens, your original song, Deep Blue Sea. We're going to be getting into all of that fun stuff known as the Van Burens. But first, Emmett, I want to know where you grew up and also when you knew that you had this knack for music.
Well, I grew up in the suburbs of Boston, in a town called Canton, and I knew that I loved music the first time I ever saw a live band, which was actually just a school band, but I'd never seen like live drums and bass. And I went to just like a back to school night at a school that I was going to, and my jaw hit the floor when I saw them. They were doing a Beatles cover, and I'd never seen live music before, and it was over from there for me.
I love it. Well, I love talking with artists, and there's always that aha moment. And it's usually in school, like some sort of person coming to their school, performing, or it could be in their home. Was music around your house when you were growing up? And if so, what were you listening to?
So I had an older brother. Pretty much everything that I ever listened to was because it was blaring in my older brother. He was 6 years older than I was, and it was blaring in his speakers. And I remember he got that Columbia. I don't know if you remember the Columbia House like CD exchange where you sign up and they send you 20 CDs immediately. And I vividly
Yes.
remember him getting that package in the mail, and it was like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. Like I just when he threw that on his CD player, I remember like we went crazy. I remember one time he took Nirvana, Nevermind, and just put headphones like on my head from behind me, and like that was like one of those moments when you just that this is what you want to be a part of.
I love that. I mean, not only just imagining the music blaring through the walls, seeping into your bone marrow, through the walls, through the headphones. And you're so accomplished, and I really do want people, Emmett, to take a look at your bio and your websites, which are all below this video. But I want to tap into, because I've already gotten to speak with a few of your bandmates, with your fabulous band, the Van Burens. It is so unique, so singular. I've never heard anything like it. There's nothing else like it out there. Being an old soul myself, I love just the combination of so many musical styles, storytelling, theater, with an Americana flair that's also universal. And again, I love it. I was speaking with one of your bandmates earlier, P Bear, and you are Key J. McGee. I want to know how the Van Burens began and what has been some of your favorite memories of being part of the band thus far.
Well, it's funny because so the core of the band, actually we all went to middle school together, and we've been together for forever. We've been friends for so long. And it's funny for me because I was saying before, I saw a school band playing music, but I myself didn't play music at that time. And the Van Burens formed originally because there was a talent show, and I really wanted to be in the talent show, but I didn't play an instrument. I didn't do anything. So I picked up the one instrument that nobody else was playing, the bass, and I kind of grabbed all my friends around me who were, they had instruments that they had already played, and we were like, let's do this talent show. So that was actually the formation of the band Burens.
Wow.
Was that talent show, and we got together as a band to be on stage.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun, and we've been playing music together since we were in 8th grade.
See, I love it so much. I mean, you literally are like Mickey and Judy putting on a show. I could just see this as like some sort of situational comedy, a bunch of, middle schoolers looking around at each other, these, instrumentalists, kind of like, there's this thing going on, let's go for it. And I just love that you have that, because it's so interesting that you mentioned it began in middle school, because each of you have a great sense of play. And as a director, that's always my goal in working with an actor or an actress, is getting into that sense of play, tapping into that kid in us where you can basically be your most authentic self with abandon. And that's what you guys have been able to do. And, we don't have to go into everything you've done. You've traveled all over the place with this band, but I'm thinking about what you and the Van Burens are going to be able to do in not only connecting with new fans across the country and around the world, but the idea of possibly collaborating with other, artists, collaborators, producers all around the world. What would that mean for someone, like you and your band?
Well, it's funny because I think we've often thought of ourselves as a band in the tradition of bands like The Band, where if The Last Waltz is a great example of the type of group that we often like to operate as. We had a regular residency before everything got shut down, where we would play at the Middle East in Central Square in Cambridge. And one of the things we love to do is just, we would invite our friends to come, and it was, they could walk down the street to the bar and they could front us for a couple tunes. And that kind of collaboration has always been at the heart of our spirit. Is, we're this band, we've been together for so long, we know each other really well, let's lift up and support this other person, or bring this person in and see what they can do. And so, virtually speaking, that's kind of the same. That's the same thing that we would like to take advantage of. Is like, if we meet someone across the world or wherever, and they have an idea that kind of fits with our quirky sense of humor, we want to just bring them in and create a record with them, and do the same thing that we've been doing for so long, but do it kind of virtually at this point.
I love it. I mean, look, I'm a director, and I've already talked to you offline about this, and also P-Bear offline, one of your bandmates. There is something so innately theatrical about your story, about the band itself, that I have a few ideas brewing, and I've loved meeting so many artists through this platform, but also just through getting to know you guys. And I'm very excited for you, Emmett, especially because you're such an amazing creator and true artist. And I just love your unapologetic abandon that I not only can imagine other people are going to come on board with, but also, you're a teacher as well, correct?
That's right, I am.
I think about all those kids looking up to you, all those little 8th grade like Emmetts.
Yes,
Who
I teach
might
8th grade.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
It's just my gut. Sometimes I have good instincts, and you didn't even tell me that offline. Tell the people.
He's got amazing instincts.
Well, you didn't have to say that. You could have just said I didn't tell him about 8th grade. But anyway, no, but I just love the fact that, those 8th grade Emmetts in that classroom, boys or girls, who, I'm sure you can see, and their skill sets and their dreams. And I can only imagine that they look up to so much.
Well, it's a lot of fun to, as you alluded to earlier, I think the band has a very childlike sense of whimsy, and like for me, my favorite thing is to be learning. The band has always been a vehicle for us to learn new skills, or just tap into uncharted waters. And so being a teacher is pretty natural. Actually, I think everyone in the band is a teacher, and we love watching other people, seeing music through that child's eye, and getting that fresh perspective that the kids offer. So for me, being a teacher just makes total sense, because I love learning, and I love learning as a teacher, both seeing what the other kids are learning and kind of almost learning it anew.
I love that. Well, listen, I think some of our best artists are teachers, whether they get to do it in the classroom or not. You happen to do both brilliantly. And although I could speak with you forever, I am so grateful for the time that you took to speak with me today. And I can't wait to talk with you soon.
Thank you so much, Will.
Thanks, Emmett. Bye.
In the digital age, artists and bands struggle to make a living. In fact, only a small number of artists can live off their craft. For the 98% of artists that don't have the luxury of being signed to a label, it's tough. But artists deserve to live off their art. Wherever you are around the world, appreciation of music does not change. FENIX brings bands and their fans together, whilst allowing bands to properly monetize their passion. The FENIX app will directly connect bands and fans with no need for middlemen. We're utilizing the blockchain to give the power back to the artist once and for all. Join FENIX, join the change.